Street life is a chameleon-like, multifaceted life. If you are able to assimilate any color around you, then you are a chameleon. I like it. You follow us too, yes. I am pleased, great. Here, if you do not know, you get caught and they rob you. They steal your money immediately, match point. How long are you sleeping on the floor? 7 years. That's 7 years. Have you a record? Every time this question, you've done me 70 times. Bank of Sheila, mafia-style conspiracy, 416 bis. They stole my phone right under my nose. I bought this 4 days ago, guys. If you do it, it is because you want to do it. You can do other 1,000 things. You can go steal, you can go... Here, scary things are done. You see things here that you don't see elsewhere. That's the big difference, that you don't have control anymore. If you really want it, you get out, otherwise you stay here. You stay here forever. Do you know who keeps child prostitution? The ones who has it. And who has it? Do you know who they are? These 4 slobs. Roma Termini, by night. Dear friends of Scuola di Botte, today we are back to Termini, by popular demand, by a huge request. Since you asked us for Termini at night, we came in the evening to go on until the night. We will take you around. Today we are more people, there are historical characters, very interesting characters. So, I would advise you to stay if you're interested in the video. If not, there are these machines here that sweep the floor. Come here and get your butts brushed. Night, Stazione Termini. Degradation and danger by night. Distress and despair. Since we were told that it is dangerous, the other time Simone was going to fight, it would have been a slaughter. Today we brought a nice brigade. Today nobody tells us anything. Good team. Frame them all. Mr. Rodolfo, can I disturb you for a start? It's a pleasure. Thanks. Everyone has told us that you are someone here, that you know how it works. I'm just like anybody else. How is this station at night? A total crap. Yes, huh? How old is Uncle Rodolfo? Almost 81. Great. Almost 81? The coming year 81. You bring them very well. At full speed. So it's 881, not 81. Multiply for 10. I have a question or I feel bad, I can't help it. Ask all the questions you want. Do you have a criminal record? Only 9 prisons. Only 9 prisons. Whatever, but they were all snacks. All snacks, little stuff just to get the experience. How much you've been in? In all, not so much, just 3 years. After the first imprisonment. Since you are quiet in the cell, especially when you are alone, I vow to do 3 months a year in jail. What prisons did you go to? Turin's Nuove in 59, Corso Vittorio 127. I was 19 years old, 11 months and a half. And when was the last detention? It could be in Reggio Calabria at San Pietro prison. How long ago? The Bank of Sheila for mafia organization. 416 bis. The press said that I had taken 100 billion. Gosh, but you know how the press does it, right? It always multiplies. Before I go on asking personal questions, sorry to interrupt you, I see compared to the last time, there is a lot of people that sleep on the ground. I didn't see them last time. And indeed I'm trying. There's a scholar woman who's writing me a book, all for charity, for the detainees without help, for the police dead in a firefight, and for Caritas. I don't want a penny. Mrs. Sciuto is writing it to me. Astrid Sciuto, a smart girl with 2 degrees, has already written the first 80-90 pages, 100 years of history from the 30s to today. Work, ndrangheta, politics, entertainment, millions, billions, prison, Caritas, everything. I am selfless. I have done all the scams in the world, but always done more good than bad. I have taken from the rich and given to the poor. Robin Hood. Poor's Robin Hood. How is Roma Termini at night? A crap. What do you mean? Can you translate it? This in my days was the living room of Italy. You came down at the day hotel. You saw Maurizio Arena, Renato Salvadori. 20 barbers, all bars open, chairs on the ground, a walk. It was a walk away. It was a course, better than Via Verdi. There were all the shops. But does anybody do anything for these people? Do they sleep on the floor? It is a state at the mercy of the waves. You can only save Mr. Draghi, no one else. I'm sorry, it's hot now, but in winter they are here too. What do you want to do? I helped one of them off the benches at Christmas. I used my money. At 81, what else can I do? But it's full of people who come to sleep here, damn it. Now we are going to see the whole part behind, the most problematic. The only good government in Italy is Caritas. I know something about it, because I eat there very often. I also slept there. I slept in 4-star, 5-star, 3 stars, 2 stars hotels, in prison, in the punishment cell. I did everything and more. What was the worst prison, Calabria? Calabria was a 5-star hotel. In fact, I didn't even want to go out. Even. The day after I left, I sent 50 telegrams to my friends. By popular demand, a good evening and welcome back to everybody. I was struck by your description of MacDonald undressing you. The famous MacDonald, now we go there. The famous MacDonald. Unfortunately, it is raining tonight, and people are afraid to take 2 drops of water or their hair will curl. Here, this is the very dangerous Giolitti's exit. In front there is the MacDonald that, if you go in with the coat, you leave with backwards thong. The phrase has become historical. For sure, like the pink jersey, no? Roma Termini, however, on the other side. What is this mess? Let's go to Naples. We have residents here in Termini. You can't hear anything with that noise. They see our videos. Yes, boxing. The other day I was fighting with Emanuele. Maybe that one is dangerous. Great. Did you see how clean Termini is? And now we do it all. We walk it all through now, but are you from here? Yes, they are Manuel's friends. We are all friends of Valerio del Grosso. How old the Scuola di Botte is? His channel Scuola di Botte since a few years. This format 5 months. One thing led to another. This is the tram stop, guys. This one? It's kind of lonely. Uncle Rodolfo's leaving. Hello, Uncle. Sorry, my left. Thanks for the testimony. Don't worry about it. Indeed, we are a beautiful team. People see us and have some awe. That's why I didn't want to make too much noise. Now let's see if the other fool is there. So we could catch them off guard, right? Maurizietto, where are you? What were you saying to me yesterday? I left at 4 in the morning here this morning, yesterday morning. And what was the situation here at 4? Ugly, I can tell. Because you are a taxi driver, right? We saw you already in the other video of Termini. Yes, I am a taxi driver and I can tell you that early in the morning, at night, you see things here that you do not see elsewhere. Like drunkards. Drunkards, people on the ground. While you're walking, you see a naked man walking. It can happen easily here. The other day after the video, my mother, who came back from Naples, said, "Look, I'm going back to Roma Termini." I said, "Let your husband come and get you, or I'll come and get you, or maybe in the morning, because at night, in the evening." She said at 9:30 at night. I said, "By the way, here they are giving food now." Yes, there is Caritas every night. Somebody felt bad? No, they give food packages, food aid. Every night they come and help migrants, people who sleep on the street. Whether you want or not, Termini station is the heart of Rome. A tourist has to go there, and we come off rather badly. We're not talking about criminals, but about degradation. People who should be helped. Sick people. Am I saying nonsense? You're right, because if one has nothing to lose, stays here, drinks 10 beer, it's normal he loses control. These people needs help. We are in the center of Rome in 2021 and there are people who sleep on the street. Tourists who come to Rome and sees these scenes really ugly. Let's say we look really bad. While we're here, I saw some people sleeping under the porches. Let's go. Be careful, the light is red. While we're at it, I saw people sleeping under the porches, over there. Yes, it's Piazza della Repubblica, right here. There are Arab minors, Arabs of all nationalities, I say. We must cross. Don't worry. Can I tell you something? You're the mayor of Termini. No, I'm the mayor of Rome. Oh, Alvaro, where are you? I understand, but it takes 10 minutes. What's the name of this place? Bar Nori. We're at the Bar Nori. Where are you from? Me, Tunisia. How long have you been here? 30 years. Ah, 30 years you're here. Yes. I'd been in jails all over Italy. Do you have a record? Indeed, I was going to ask you. All over Italy, always for drugs dealing. How many years in jail? Say 13, 14 years. You've been here for 30 years and half the time you've been in prison, let's say. What was life like in prison? Now it sucks. Before you can do the jail, not now. Why? What has changed? Many things. For example, they put you together with a trans. With all respect for the trans, it's different than before. To understand better, they put you in a cell with random people. Even if they put you to work, they put you to feed a trans or an infamous, the one who killed Desiree in San Lorenzo. So they mix you. They don't look anymore with who they put you. They make you stay with people he doesn't like, those girls killers, shameful people, you know? When did you do your last jail time? In Regina Coeli. How long ago? Say a year ago. What is the worst prison, since you have done so many? The best is Le Vallette. In many prisons you were well many years ago. No, the worst. The worst I've seen is Regina Coeli. Ah, this one from Rome, because it's old and broken, yes. What my villagers did is not so. It's overcrowded as well. Why did you come from Tunisia? I came 30 years ago, I was a child. Your parents escaped the war, or you wanted to change? There are personal questions? No, it was my choice. I always wanted to go to Italy. Ah, because you liked Italy and wanted to come here. Do you ever go back to Tunisia? I hope not. I hope not, and why? Did you have problems there? No, but I got used to living here. Mom died, Dad died. You're here now, you say. But how old are you? I am now 50 years old. Hold on. I don't think I understand. How old are you? 50 years. 50 years old? He looks like a kid. Manu! He made a deal with the devil, yes. 50 years old. No, I was going to say something that can't be said. I say it and you cut it. Jail is good. 30 years in Italy, 40 years in prison. That are many. Gosh, 50 years. I will never have said. Now, yes, next July. He brings them well, huh? The Persian is 48. Because I just did 3 days. It's just for that, huh? He did 3 days. Piazza della Repubblica, prostitution. More than other young male prostitution. My house is everywhere, provided you behave well, Mattia. Right. If you bring respect to the child, to the elderly gentleman, to the handicapped. Right. To the yellow, to the Egyptian, the Italian, but also to the addict. You have to ask him why he does what he does, that. Have you ever asked for a hand? No, you never asked for it. You want to keep drugging. All right, keep doing drugs, but don't do drugs. Don't do drugs because I'm not for drugs. I'm for fun. Because I don't do drugs. Then some people do drugs and tell their wife, I'm going to play soccer, and then... Do you see the drunk? They are the most dangerous. But who knows him? You know what? Now he did so, but if there was my mother, or your wife, or my wife, was she scared or not scared? In fact, he went to break the balls to tourists. Do you know who they are? They are friends of mine who have the bar Nori also on Tuscolana. Look, look. See that it bothers him. Look, look, come, see. They are even intrusive, you know? What do you need?
What do you want, man? Can I help you, man? Okay, I give you cigarettes. You don't disturb the person, you know? I give you cigarettes. You don't disturb the person work, you know?
Do you know what we were saying? They were here on their own and they had to leave this ugly situation. Sure. Then he sees we are big and many, nobody does anything to us. Sorry, we do not frame you. One arrives here and is drunk. You live a difficulty or not. It is not a pleasant thing. You see, Manuel is taking him away. But I'm not crazy. No. We are witnessing that you did that with politeness. We work here. We work with tourists. But if a person disturbs the tourists, how can they trust me? You're right. And I need their trust to work. Can I ask you if these things are usually happening? You work in this bar. Can I ask this? We open at 4:30 in the morning. It's an embarrassing situation. Are there really difficulties like that? Wait, I'll give you a hand. No, don't worry. No, thanks. This is interesting because we are in 10. All men, he was a drunkard. He looked at us and he ran away. Then he went to break their balls. They are 2, here, alone. He comes. How do they get him out of the way? We were there now. Think that at 4:30 a.m. until dawn, a lot of people don't stop here because now there are 2 people, but usually it's full. Then you've got them, people who don't stop, people who come in and do, so there is an economic loss, a big one, very big. Very big and nobody helps us. You can call patrols, municipal, whatever, they're more protected than us. If we put a sign out of place, the mayor Raggi asks you for 200 euros, but they do nothing to them. Then, this is a prestigious bar, in a strategic point, the corner of Via Cavour and Piazza dei Cinquecento. Yet you have difficulties because here they bivouac, they bother, people are afraid and run away. We can see they're all desperate people who are not well, because if I am okay, I will not be here drunk. We're not talking about supervillains. But even if I'm in a difficult situation, I drink 20 beers, I come here, you have to stop me in 10, it's normal. 5 days ago we had a client, a new gentleman. He drank an infinity of tenants of Ceres. collapsed next door. The guys saw him coming at 4:30, found him there, puked on himself. You know, anyone passing will say, "Guys, but I'm going somewhere else." I can believe it. I go to another bar. Other problems? Someone becoming harassing? Yes, absolutely. You call the patrol. It takes 45 minutes. They arrive and say, Hey, madam, you know, but we can't do anything. You must call someone else. But forgive me. I have a drunk at 4:30 in the morning with a bar in his hands. What should I do? Who should I call? But for a year now, we are my mother, my best friend, the girl who came 8 months ago, only women, and my boyfriend. My boyfriend does the morning now. He always did the evening. The morning opens at 4:30. It's just us. Even in the morning, pickpockets, people sitting. They stole my phone from under my nose. I bought this 4 days ago, guys. I was forced. It's incredible. I was at the register, I swear. I had my phone here. You didn't notice anything. Exactly. One asked me why he could not pay cigarettes with a bank card. Okay, blasphemy and blasphemies. He left. I no longer had the phone. A guy behind him who, by the way, is a thief too, because then we discovered that the guy who brought my phone back was a thief. He said, "Look, the guy who got pissed because you didn't make him pay for cigarettes with a bank card took your phone." Excuse me if I interrupt you, miss. Can I ask you something? With respect for everyone, even for the thief. Even for the thief, and especially for the police. Which ones, though? Which one? People who do a certain job should defend us. The tourist, the yellow, the green, the blue. Guys, we are talking about values, basic primary values. We are in front of Termini station, the main station of Rome. Find me another station in Italy that is bad like Termini station. That's true, we went to Naples. Naples station is not this way, not at all. It's not like that. It's a year and a half with no tourists in Italy. We have 3 other bars in Piazza Barberini. We have always worked with tourists, always. We did a living for 3 generations. A year and a half that does not come a tourist in Italy. You reopen after a year and a half of pandemic. People can't wait to travel and spend some money, and you make them find this. I would like to ask you a question. Girl, worker, and I don't want to go into details. But a girl or anyone who gives a service sees the potential tourist, sees the Italian or foreign tourist, which still brings money that runs the system, no? Sure. I mean, if the tourist comes to Roma Termini, the first stop, and he finds it bad, what reviews can he give back? He does not come back. He does not come back. Now there are the reviews. They write in their language. Do not pass there, do not go to that bar. Now, one who vomits can also happen. But one who robs a woman, an old woman, a child, a disabled person, of course, also to a disabled person. But in your opinion, can it be right? Can it be a right thing? One thief should have rules too. But anyway, Le Pen, who was a thief, did not hurt people. He stole from the rich to give to himself, and one who works, just see that there some of them are customers, because so many are people of heart, guys. I swear to you that if I could take them home... What? It's a microphone. Oh my God, sorry. I thought you were offering me something. They all vaccinated themselves months ago, guys. I got the vaccine last Friday, guys. I'm in contact with people 18 hours a day. You have no idea about people coming here. To make them get the mask, you have to do a little show that never ends. Hi, guys. Bye, dear. Thank you. Alvaro is the most beautiful. Good evening. This had been a pain in the ass. Yes, of course it works. You're late just because you look like a Desiana. You have a record. I'm a character, guys. You have to respect me. Tell me your rap shit right now. But why? Indeed, let's walk. Alvaro is here. I have nothing to say. Alvaro, you promised us everything. But what happened? First of all, you are an hour and a quarter late. What happened? Would you tell me what happened? Do you have a record? Always with this question. You asked it 70 times, but you didn't do time? Yes, I did. Are you doing it on purpose or not? Yes, I'm doing it on purpose. But I don't really know how much jail you did. I did 2 months in jail and now house arrest, that is 2 years total. Okay? That was the question I answered, right? Yes. Here we see people who stay. Anyone who could choose between sleeping on the street or sleeping at home will sleep at home. These people must be helped. They live a difficult life. But wait a minute, one who sleeps there, on the rollaway, on the mat, on the cardboard, will never hurt a tourist. Of course, they are two different things, in fact. It's another kind of crap, Mattia. Back here are the firemen. Now we do all round. No, they're with us. In 2021 we are in Rome. Can the institutions let people sleep on the street? But do you know why there are still deaths and wars in 2021? Because there are people who consider themselves historians, who have studied and have not been able to listen to themselves and the neighbor. To preach it takes little. I am good in preaching too, because I read a book and I have a smattering of general culture. I can talk to, but if you find someone in need and you see he needs, you don't say, "How are you?" You say, "What do you need?" You're right. But it's not just this, guys, because it's the system that must take care of these people. But what does it take to create kind of palace for needy people like these? How long you've been here? Tell him we're friends. 7 years. Can't you find a place to sleep? Don't you have a place? I don't have it. And you have no one to help you. I don't have it. I stay here. You like this life? But Caritas, somewhere, does anybody helps you? I don't know, there is no place. There is no room, and there are 7 years you are sleeping here. Yes. First migration. Where are you from? Guinea-Bissau. Guinea. You are from Guinea too? Me from Great Guinea. Take me a coffee. The bar is closed. How old are you? I'm 20. 20 years. You came here early. You told me it's 7 years you're here. He was a boy. You came as a minor? So he came here as a minor. So he says, now he is 20 years old and has been in Italy for 7 years. Or maybe he arrived. Yes, it came that he was underage. Can't you find anything at work, brother? No, I'm black. I'm not good. What about? That's the thing you don't have to show. Why does he say he's black? They're more black than white today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But they all work. I don't think it's for that, is it? That's not the problem. You're from his country. But does Caritas come here to bring you food from time to time? I've eaten right now. What did you eat? The pasta. They bring me food here. And where do you go for your needs, for pee and poo? Where do you do it? Here, pee here. Right here? No, there. Where is your family? I don't know anyone. Don't you know your family? No, no, not that. No, no. You're alone here in Italy. You have no relatives, no family, nothing. No, I don't know anyone here. I think he is in trouble anyway. Then anyway, it is not easy. Imagine finding yourself in a foreign country. Of course, but to understand for him, because I see him a little in trouble. Living on the street doesn't make you feel good, or drinks, but there I see all water and juices, huh? I see him more out of mind, not drugs. He's really sick. We are not this, however, because I would like to talk about other things. Yes, you already told me, don't worry. This is his situation. Unfortunately, he is suffering, as in all stations in Italy. Unfortunately, it is not only in Roma Termini, no? We talk about the places we go and document what we see. Sure, it's not something surprising. We all know that in a car accident you die, but when someone next to you dies, it affects you. Of course. So we come here, we see a guy like that, and we say, fuck. So young, you see? That's why I asked to understand, because he's really small. Look, he's a kid. Doesn't speak Italian, maybe can even explain his problem. That's why I asked if he uses substances, if he drinks. We speak French, but we can't even communicate because it's not in the right psychological state to explain what's wrong with him. We do what we can, but in Rome there is degradation, in Termini there is everything, crime, degradation. They are taxi drivers, I understand everything, but we need to understand that the problem is deeper too. Now if we want to analyze it, we could stay here 2 days. There are some streets behind the station where if one arrives in the evening... So, dear Simone and dear Kubrick, if you take a wide-angle shot, as they say, is full of hotels. Where do tourists go? Here. Think about the tourist coming out here alone with his wife. It's scary. What do they do to him? They undress him. Do they strip him? Put his thong the other way around. Then I'll tell you what they're doing here in Piazza della Repubblica. Now, let's go around here. Here's the market. Where is Mizietto? Mizio! Stay with me. Here we come from behind. We walk on the sidewalk, otherwise they see us. No, they just shave you. These alleys are isolated. There is no one. But it's where the tourists get out from hotels. Wait a minute, these hotels are not cheap bed and breakfast, such as tomorrow I rent a 200 square meters flat, I divide it in 15 rooms and rent them. These are hotels that a potential tourist finds on booking sites. He says, a tourist comes out alone here. He can go, but where does he go? Exact. How much he risks? Straight there, Piazza della Repubblica, okay? An important square, we are in the center. On the right are all the little shops, as you can see. Here they sell books, comics, ancient stuff, right? It's the used book square. Here, many years ago, there was also Liboni's shooting, Luciano Liboni, the wolf. This is history. The wolf made shooting here. There is no one there. We are a squadron that puts you in distress. There are tourists walking alone, for example. Now, if you ask him, do you need a hand? They fall for it. Even here, see those other tourists? Yes, they'll give them a shave and a haircut. I'll show you something. This is the child prostitution market. I'll explain something. The one who sells their body to men, what does they do? Obviously, there's a website where they place the ad and make a date here. And not only, like Viale Marconi, you saw the bitches standing on the street. Same thing. You were passing by at 2 o'clock in the morning and there were 3 kids in a position there. And people were coming around like with whores and prostitution. And that's it. And I think it's their choice, because there are so many things you can make money with. If you prostitute yourself, it means you want it. You want to give it, you want to take it, but it's your choice or not. There are so many things you can do on the street. Sure. That's my opinion. I was in the street too, but I never prostitute myself. Alvaro, everyone can do what he wants with his ass, they say in Rome. I'm not judging the one who sells his body, but if you sell your body and maybe... But please don't say that you do it because you do not have money. You do it because you want to do it. You can go steal. On the street you can do a lot of things. Street life is a chameleon-like, multifaceted life. If you are able to assimilate any color around you, then you are a chameleon. Anything goes around you and you can become multifaceted. You can do it.
puoi fare. Ci sono quelli che fanno appunto
There are those who do the voleurs, who steal.
che rubano, quelli che magari
There are those who make champagnate,
che aspettano i turisti e scendano da
waiting for tourists who get off the shuttle bus Fiumicino Airport, Roma Termini,
aspettano che scendano da
waiting for them to get off the bus and steal their suitcases. And that's their business. I don't want to say that.
la prostituzione.
I say child prostitution, it's not fair.
Chi la mantiene lo sai chi la mantiene?
But you know who keeps child prostitution? Who has it? The one who has it. And who has it? These four dirty dads, old men. You don't give them a penny of trust. All rich men then, only big cars. But it's not that. You can do whatever you want, but you don't have to go with the minors, of course. And then what happens? They go with the minor. Then the minor gets along with someone. Puts something in the drink. They will be psych meds. Arbusha. They are psychopharmaceuticals. Arbusha is a dialect.
Dialetticamente parlando sono psicofarmaci, ti mettono in
They put psych meds in their drink. They fall asleep, maybe die, who knows, and steal everything from them. But minors for 5 euros prostitute themselves. And who comes here? There come Italian men because a tourist does not come. He doesn't even know. Wrong, the tourist knows because he goes on bacheca. If he searches for escort or gigolo on large social networks, paying. In the hotel does what he wants, doesn't he? Here the degradation is evident. No, but forget the filth here. Do you want to see the degradation? Yes. Now I'll show you. Here they all shoot. Then if you want to walk around, you find the syringes. Here? Yes. Can you smell it? They also closed there to avoid them using it. But in fact, look here at the bottles. Here they do drugs, they shit, they pee, people die. There are thefts. Be careful with the syringes. There they have just closed the shops to prevent people from entering. Remember that here we are 10 meters from one of the most beautiful squares in Rome and near the Via Nazionale. Here is full of hotels. These are 5-star hotels. You pay 8,000, 10,000 euros for a suite in one night. Now forget that the one who spent 10,000 euros in one night certainly does not pass here. They maybe wait under for him when he leaves. People are dead here, stealing, leaving syringes, sleeping, bivouacking, shitting and pissing. And I'm on the side of those Italians from Rome who live and work here in the bookshops. I don't name them because I know them. They're starving because they still sell collectible historical comics, historical books, but they can't make it. Why? Because the one that comes to buy and brings money, they take and comb him. And it's not good. They comb him means that they steal everything. It means they give him a shave and a haircut. They take everything off. My name is Daniel, aka Jimbo. Now I started rapping again since a year. I had a group in 2015. And then I saw that you were in Naples at the Spanish neighborhoods with Togo, and Togo took me in the studio 4 years ago. Great, we met in Scampia with him. Unfortunately, then I stopped for up and downs, I got lost, say, don't want to go into details, but it is easy to imagine. Don't let me ask the question. No, I am a normal person, we are Africans, we have so much modesty, I do not say many things. Before I ask the fateful question, I ask, and many people tell me, Mattia, I prefer not. That's why I don't ask you. You said, I am a black boy born in Italy, born in Rome, raised in Primavalle, San Paolo, Monteverdi. I toured a bit. I went to northern Italy to play football, then I returned to Rome. I created my team, now it's called Always Straight Team. You see here, the hat. It is a philosophy of life, always straight even in adversity, in the problems of life. We never throw down. It is just a philosophy that can also be used in sport. We used to stay in this street called Via Montebello, where I take you now. For 6 or 7 years we were always there. You'll ask me, why were you always there? You grew up in Primavalle, San Paolo, Paolo Monteverdi. I'll explain. Last time we talked about Termini Station, the scams by Neapolitans. Maybe it was misunderstood. You could think that we have it with Neapolitans. We have no problems with anyone. We grew up with Neapolitans, Albanians, Romanians, Italians, Calabrian, as Mattia says. An asshole is a asshole. He has no color. But look, they were not offended. We went to Naples, they saw Roma Termini and were all happy. Here is an exaggerated degradation. It is beyond a doubt. To start rapping again, because in that place where I was doing shit, where I was doing things that weren't supposed to be done, I'm African, so we have a lot of modesty. African from where? Father from Congo, mother from Rwanda. Rwanda is the place where it happened, the genocide of '94. Are you Hutu or Tutsi? Tutsi. I can see it, you're tall and slender, you have all the features. How much I love Cicalone with its culture. I followed. The genocide in Rwanda was an absurd thing. One of the most serious things on a human level. Cicalone makes me crazy. I tell you why we were there. We were all boys grown up in Rome. He too, Centocelle, Usman, Sandro, I know since more than 15 years. We were here because anyway we live in a city, in a village. I'm a person who puts his face and says things without problems. But it's a very difficult country for black kids, even if they grew up here. I am Italian, the document says I am Italian. But I always remain a boy who must always explain. I have here my cousin from Belgium. If you ask him where are you from, he answers from Belgium, from Brussels, from Liège, and has no problems. Here you always have to justify yourself. I'm Italian, but my mother, my father. Always this kind of explanation in 2021 should no longer exist. They always tell you, oh, but you speak good Italian. They wonder you say I was born in Italy. If you go to New York and a Chinese person speaks good English, they don't say, but how good you speak English, you know? But you're right. You know that maybe I too sometimes I will say, my gosh, you speak good Italian, I recognize my fault. I'll tell you something, I'm older than you. When I was a kid, there were few blacks. When they saw a black one, they said, ah, this came from Africa. No one was born in Italy. By now, the generations have overlapped. They got married. When I was a kid, you saw the black and you said, he is dangerous, the famous Moroccan. I have to be careful when I walk behind a girl. I have to make noises to make her turn. So she looks at me and then she calms, because anyway, when they see a black guy, they are immediately afraid. When I have to withdraw money, if there is an old lady, I cannot stay at 5 meters as in Paris. I have to stay at 60 meters to feel comfortable. I have to anticipate someone's reaction to be at ease. It's nice to hear this point of view too. Here is a little more that feeling that you get from the looks. I only talk about looks, Mattia, just how they look at you. Looks speak. When you walk down the street, the look you feel on you just because you're black is heavy every day. It is not victimhood. I go with my head held high everywhere, I have no problems. But this is the truth and things must be told. Then if it's your feeling, it's true. When we go around in Primavalle, we went to school in Maglione. My brother and I, we were the first blacks. My mother had to go to school every year to tell all the kids we come from here and so, but you have to give explanations that you wouldn't give. And I was ashamed, I said, God damn it, I'm on it, don't worry, at most something will happen. In all the schools we went to, my mother spent a day explaining who we were from, where we came from. In elementary school, of course, I went here because it was the only place where I felt good, where nobody looks at you. That's why you told us the whole story, to get to this point. Yeah, I'll show you. This place is a multi-ethnic place where there are Peruvian restaurants, Eritrean restaurants, restaurants from all over Africa. So that's why you stayed here, despite you lived in Primavalle, but here I felt, unconsciously you go and look for a place where you feel more comfortable. Here, however, we are black, Arab, Italian, we are from everywhere, but we are very respectable people. Now it's 2021, if a person doesn't get to the point of realizing that we're all the same and judge you by the color of your skin or stupid prejudices, carried and handed down, what can I tell you? Then you feel right this way? Okay, of course. I'm fine with myself enough. Good for you. It's the truth. And this is the famous Via Montebello, where we have been for 6 years. And we met without agreeing. I come here, I find him, without calling each other, like we were used to when we were kids. Nice thing, the group. Here's the hairdresser, there's the food, everything you need is in this street here, does everything. I think we also cleaned it up a bit, together with other guys. How are you? All right. All right, we're talking about an area where you see a lot. 2 weeks ago, the Moroccans came. They stole a mobile phone from a customer who was sitting outside. I had to call the police. Fortunately, the phone was retrieved. Otherwise, it will be a mess. Do these things happen often? Yes, unfortunately, they are all little brothers here. They are all friends, but unfortunately, the problem is that here, although they are all little brothers, there are many strange situations. But really many. They're not always there. It is a multi-ethnic neighborhood, and you find people never seen before, and from one day to the next gets off the train, does not know you and does not know that you are a person of art, because if I have to give a hand to friends, I give it to those I see here, unfortunately, on the street, and they never disturb. I give them a sandwich. The day before yesterday, they can tell you, I gave a sandwich to the gentleman who slept here, because he could not eat. I took it and I gave him tuna and tomato. But the problem of this area is that you have many unexpected wild cards, because people who don't know you see two tourists out there, like now here, thanks to God that I am here, and I'm here since '69. Since '69 we are here, in this neighborhood, from generation to generation. My grandfather first, then my dad, and now I, because dad, unfortunately, there is no more, since April 4 that I missed. Condolences. Thank you very much. How old are you? 25. 25 on July 9th, 24 at the time. So you have found yourself in this situation. I saw your video at Tufelo. You certainly know the restaurant at Tudini, which was my mother's. Is my mother's. Is here, Donna Betta, and you reckon that there are at Tufelo. And you were born there. When I saw the video, I recognized all the people there because I was born there. Dad instead stayed here, but there were my generation. In this area there were no friends and places to meet. I always went to the Cecchina Park, is where I grew up. But going back, comparing this area to that, the main difference, guys, is that here you can never be safe. In the township, there are rules. Right, that's the big difference. You don't have the situation under control anymore here. They are mad splinters. Right, useless to say. There are thousands of them. Here, the other day, they robbed my customer in front of me. They rob you here. If you don't know them, they'll take your money, but they'll take it right away. Match point. Nice, Alvaretto. They're all little brothers here. If you don't know here, you're finished. You can't leave, you don't work, seriously. I tell you as a worker, as a person with a big heart, and despite you give much to a person, that's the first person to fuck you. Because unfortunately, this is a jungle. It's a war. Here you can be what you want. There is no unwritten law, Cicalone. Keep in mind. That's the drama. Here, if they see you doing something they don't like, the camera, they don't let you. Even if you know people, they don't let you in. They don't give a damn about throwing a bottle at you. They don't let you in. Now with Cicalone, because he rules everywhere. Here you rule. At my house you rule, Cicalone. This is the point of view of a working person. He has a store, has to run a business, has to pay expenses. employees.
Solo spesso i dipendenti. Esatto. Loro, te lo dico sinceramente, loro tante volte.
They helped me so many times not to fight, to stop me, because I now see with the corner of my eye, and they stop me, these brothers, all of them. Because every person, remember, receives what he gives, of course. Thanks for the testimony. We come to visit you to eat. Can I offer you guys a drink? No, 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 one drink, yes. I'll be offended. Thanks God, I know all the people. I make you know the owner of Amazon Italy, really. I know him. He comes to eat here. And this is a good thing. Through Sandro you get in touch. However, on July 16th, you have to come to the match. I have to come, me too. We made the full tour. This is Via Marsala. Via Marsala, left side, Café Trombetta. Very good people, workers, all restaurants and hotels. Great workers. Worked so because they had negative reviews from tourists who found themselves badly getting off the hotel. And look where we are, in a concrete jungle. This is Via Marsala. Roma Termini. The concrete jungle you never forget. Adriano. Then practically now Termini begins to be deserted. Here on the street there are all the people sleeping. Now the station is practically deserted. Now we pass. We arrived in the evening at the closing on Termini. We are ahead of schedule. Many people couldn't sleep. They leaned here to be quiet, because they are sheltered. They are under the cameras, so may be safe from bullying. Because poor people, they are in a difficult situation. People who build their own little cardboard houses, you see. All the ladies, all the people, they're not freaks. These are people who have serious economic difficulties. The lady who is reading the book, for example. Hello. Do you follow us too? Yes. We are pleased. Great. How long have you been sleeping out here? Since November. Since November, where you did sleep before? In a house. How come you're here now? I lost my job. My contract ended in June. And now you have no job. No, I'm waiting because I worked in the airport, and now there is no tourism. There is no one. Where are you from? Cuba. You are waiting to be able to work and have a home. I'm doing some work. I'm bringing a dog. With this I can eat, however. Let's see what comes out otherwise. Guacciando. Good. Always strong. How old are you? 56. Bring them well. Great. The problem is to stop. You can't stop in the street. You have to look around, always. You have to keep moving, as you say. You have to work. You can get out of this. If you want to get out, you get out. Otherwise, you stay here forever. Dear friends, we had a nice ride around Termini. It's getting late, curfew soon, so we, as honest citizens, are going home. We do not go around loitering. We tried to show you a little bit of everything. We talked to the people. We have seen discomfort situations, but also working people, people who sing, play, who have come out of certain situations, and we have brought you really many testimonies. We brought you Roma Termini by night. See you at the next video, guys. Keep following us, put a like and a comment. On July 16th in Rome, I will make the title of Italy. For the tickets, you can contact the Persians gang on Instagram. Gang, it's just one. Stay in a good mood, guys. Thanks to all for having accompanied and escorted us. Thank you for your support. Happy to have met you. I want to say one thing, guys. There is always quiet after the storm. My gosh, a poet. Beautiful as the sun. Beautiful.